This thing is going to be the official replacement of the Lamborghini Aventador after an 11-year run. The Lamborghini Aventador came out in 2011 and has seen a bunch of upgraded versions since. You had the Lamborghini SV, the SVJ, the SVJ Roadster, and the latest version, the Ultimate. Even the now futuristic redesigned Lamborghini Countach was based off of the Aventador skeleton. But it's time to move on and step into the future, baby. We've got in our hands a Lamborghini Aventador killer, the Lamborghini Tormenta. More about the name in just a second. We'll talk about that later in the video. So today, I'm showing you the coolest features, the front, the back, and even the interior. But to understand how we know all of this top secret information, first, we need to understand how Lamborghini works. Lamborghini usually has a few different signature models, but there's always that one apex predator that stands above the rest. It all started with the Lamborghini Miura that came out in 1966 and ended production in 1973. The Lamborghini Miura was replaced by the Lamborghini Countach that came out only a year later in 1974, dominated the 80s, and then ended production in 1990. The Countach was then replaced by the Lamborghini Diablo in 1990. The Diablo dominated the 90s all the way until 2001, and that's when it was replaced with the Lamborghini Murcielago. That's the one that I grew up loving, you know, as a kid. That's the one that I wanted in my garage. In 2011, the Lamborghini Aventador replaced the Murcielago, and now we find ourselves taking the leap into the next generation of the future apex predator of the Lamborghini. Now, in between these models, Lamborghini has liked to release standalone models to kind of tease some of the tech and specs that's going to come out in the future. For example, the Lamborghini Reventon. The Lamborghini Reventon came out towards the end of the Murcielago's life cycle before the Aventador came out, but they offered some spoilers of what was to come. You see these headlights? Ring a bell? And these taillights? Do they look familiar? How about this interior? Look at that infotainment system. Now with the Aventador at the end of its life cycle, we are given the Sian. And the Sian is to the Aventador what the Reventon was for the Murcielago. So the Sian offers us a bunch of spoilers of what's to come with the Lamborghini Tormenta. Lamborghini also released the Centenario, and I think that the Tormenta will have some features from that car as well, but the Sian should be the main indicator. For one, the Y shapes at the front. You see the Sian has these Y shapes at the front. Lamborghini has been teasing this. Even with the latest Lamborghini Huracan Technica, we can definitely expect this to come up with the Tormenta.
We have here a beautiful technical functionality with the Y-shape air curtain.
Also, the infotainment system from the Sian.
This is the new display. It's all in kind of a rose gold, which is cool.
Because the Lamborghini Aventador had a pretty outdated infotainment screen. Even the latest Ultimate, I mean, look at this screen, man. We're in the year 2022 and Lamborghini Aventadors still have this kind of screen. They're doing that on purpose because the new Lamborghini will have a refreshed, completely touch screen, nice large display to make the interior look beautiful. Also, possibly the most important teaser from the Sian is that it's a hybrid.
Sian symbolizes the very first time Lamborghini uses electrification in their cars. As much as you love naturally aspirated V12, I also really love hybrid cars and the use of electricity because it gives you that instant torque.
To be honest, it's actually an ideal situation for all supercars in general because all everyone does is complain about electric cars for not having any sounds. Electric cars, yeah, they're super fast, but they don't rip into your senses, you know? When you're driving an Aventador, you don't just have sound, you have feel. You're sitting down, you're gripping the steering wheel, and you're just hearing you know when your brain starts vibrating from the engine? That's what people want to feel. And electric cars, they don't have that. But by electrifying a V12, you get the best of both worlds. Super cool, eh? Now, this engine is where the name Tormenta comes from. You see, Lamborghini's been using Spanish-influenced words instead of Italian. Why? No idea. Lamborghini Diablo is Spanish for devil. Correct term in Italian would be diavolo. So, Spanish. The murcielago, straight up Spanish. It means bat in Spanish. If you were to say it in Italian, it would be pipistrello. Can you imagine for a second driving a Lamborghini pipistrello? Me neither. So anyways, Spanish again. The Lamborghini Aventador was named after a Spanish fighting bull. That doesn't even exist in the Italian language, so more Spanish. Lamborghini Huracan, that's right, you guessed it again, it's the Spanish for the word hurricane. The correct term in Italian would be uragano. So I made my point, they love Spanish words. And here we are, trying to discover the upcoming Lamborghini's name. Now, as a highly intelligent individual, I thought to myself, electrified V12 sounds like thunder and lightning. Thunder and lightning is a storm. The Spanish word for storm is tormenta. I mean, that makes sense, right? It makes a lot of sense. So yeah, the name is completely unofficial. Call it an educated guess. So let's actually look at the car itself. Here are the spy shots, and with the help of technology, we were able to decode what the car will actually look like in real life. So at the front of the car, you have the Y shapes that we talked about earlier. Some people think it'll have the same Y-shaped headlights from the Sian or even from the Terzo Millennio. The Terzo Millennio lights do seem a bit thinner and could maybe make it to the Tormenta, but realistically, I have a feeling we will get something like kind of in between. It might maintain the Y shapes, but it doesn't have to necessarily be as a light, similar to the Huracan Technica. As much as I would like for it to be true, I'm not sure if the Y shapes will actually be lights, but I'm hoping they are. They would look absolutely sick if they had Y-shaped headlights. As you can observe, you're also gonna have this small fin on either side of the front, digging into these huge intakes, which look friggin' awesome. And you also have these vents on the hood for a little bit of extra sizzle. On the sides, you also have this kind of double air intakes with a few fins running horizontally down the middle, similar to the Lamborghini Centenario. You know what else this Lamborghini is using from the Centenario? The taillights. Look at them. Lamborghini is going to take these sick Y-shaped lights and stick them on the Tormenta. And between them will be 4 exhaust pipes horizontally aligned running down the middle, which also look sweet. Also, according to the photographers taking the spy shots, this car will have an active spoiler. That's right, moving wings, baby. Probably not as crazy as the Zenvo TSRS, but we all like moving wings. Lastly, we got the interior. Okay, this is purely speculation because we haven't seen any spy shots as a reference, but it does look pretty cool. We used the Lamborghini Sian interior as a base and gave it some upgrades. I think it'll look like, I don't know, maybe 50% like this, but we had to show you guys something, right? We're doing a full reveal. I gotta show you guys something for the inside, so this is our best guess. Anyways, what other features do you think the car's gonna have? What would you like to see? What do you think the real name's gonna be? Let me know in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys next time.